Hey guys, today's video is part 2 of my Traxxas Maxx day 1 drive and review. I filmed so much content last weekend, I couldn't fit it all in one video. I didn't want to make an hour-long video, so I split it in 2 parts, and that is what today's video is. It is part 2, and I have driven the Maxx for, I don't know, several hours since I recorded that, and everything I say at the end of this video still applies. It is a fantastic RC. I love the thing. I had a blast filming the video, and I've had a blast with it ever since. This thing is a really cool truck, and I had a lot of fun filming this video. I hope you guys enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed filming it. Looks like this little truck is put up a competition for my favorite RC. Oh, wow. That's fine. What I was trying to do, man, let's see, get that body back in there. Okay, I don't like that. I don't know if you can see, the camera's on my head. This little piece right here just popped out. What I was trying to do there was to see how it would pull forward, how it would flip forward. And I don't remember what just happened. I wonder if it'll do a half flip and turn back around. Let's see. Up. You know, I really didn't plan on crashing it all that much today, but I got to see if this thing would do this trick. Well, it didn't that time. Let's see. They hit pretty hard. I think it scared me more than it hurt the truck. What I'm trying to do is do a half backflip and then stop it and have it flip forward in the air. Something like that, a little bit more aggressive. I'm gonna see exactly what the limits are on this thing, because I need to know before I get used to this thing. Okay, so it doesn't pull itself forward all that well. Like, it's got enough power to do a flip once it's in the air. Man, it is really inconsistent with how it does that. I think it's just too small of an RC. I think that the physical size of it is too small to do what I want to do with it. Man. Yeah, this thing's got a lot of power for its size and its weight. Yeah, see, it flips fine. It flips fine. It doesn't really have the weight in the tires to pull it forward the way I would like it to. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. Yeah, see, it flips so nicely. It really does. Man, this thing flips so well. So even a low altitude flip. Yeah, this thing is a flipping machine. It is fantastic at doing flips. One of the first things I do when I get a new RC is I try to figure out exactly what it can and cannot do. That way I know in the future what kind of stunts, what kind of tricks I can do, how it handles. And this thing doesn't have the weight in the wheels to flip it forward the way I would like it to. The Revo just does it'll do a front flip, no problem at all. This one doesn't do it. It doesn't have the weight in the tires. When the tires spin and they stop, they don't have the weight to pull the whole RC around the way I would like it to. It does it enough to where you can control it in the air, but it doesn't do it enough to where I can completely flip it upside down and then have it flip back forward. Whenever I'm trying to do that, the physical size is so small that the the intermediate axis theorem goes into effect and it starts rotating it into the air. And it just doesn't have the weight in the wheels to fight against that, and so therefore it's going to lose control in the air and start tumbling around whenever it does that. So to better explain what's going on, the intermediate axis theorem, basically, imagine this is the RC, and you can flip it this way, you can flip something this way, and then you can flip it that way, which is what we're trying to do. Well, whenever you try to flip it, you can go to your bedroom and do this, like over your bed, so you don't break your phone. If you try to flip a phone this way, it's gonna be hard for me to catch it, but yeah, so you can flip it and it flips the way it's supposed to. You flip it like this, it flips the way it's supposed to. But as soon as you try to flip it this end like this, see how it does this spiral and doesn't want to flip straight. And the reason it does that is the intermediate axis theorem. Basically, whenever it tries to flip like this, it wants to rotate at the same time. There's videos on it that shows and talks about it. It's very difficult to get something to flip around like this and not have it spiral. And whenever something is very narrow, it makes it even easier to do that spin. And the Maxx is just, it's such a narrow physically RC that it will go into that spin even easier. So normally the spinning of the wheels will stop it from happening, but the wheels are not very heavy, and that moment where they stop when it changes directions in the air, it's just it isn't enough to stabilize it and prevent it from start spiraling like that. And yeah, so that's causing it to spiral in the air. So I don't won't be trying that anymore. Use the mini Revo to demo this because I don't have my tripod right now. I'm not going to get it, but whenever I do the backflip and then I lock up the wheels and starts going this way, because the wheels are not spinning, when it starts turning this way, it starts to spiral like this. And that's what's going on with this thing. So that trick, just, maybe I can do it later. Maybe I'll work on it and see if I can figure out a way to do it. But right now, I don't want to sit there and just keep bashing this thing in the ground on its wheels and everything else. I don't want to break it just yet. Let's see if I can hit this ramp a little faster. It really controls well in the air. Gave a little too much throttle that time, but that's okay. There have been helicopters flying over my house all day long, jets and everything else. It's crazy. I'm here trying to film and it's just non-stop air traffic. Yeah, see, I'm getting used to it. It's a little weird having a little RC with this much power, because it moves itself in the air really well. There we go. So I'm getting used to, this thing is so top heavy. It really is. That is my number one complaint, is that it is just a little too top heavy. But it will flip itself back over, so that's okay. Try not to flip it on the asphalt. Yeah, see, I've got the hang of exactly how much throttle you got to give it once it's in the air to make it land on its wheels. There we go. That time I was testing to see how little throttle I could give it. I didn't give it enough. That's why you hear me pulse it twice. Yeah, I sit out here and I will just jump over and over to learn an RC so I can get the hang of how it flies, and I will experiment with how much throttle I need to give it when it's in the air. Yeah, see? There we go. I've gotten the hang of landing this thing now. This thing flies very well. It kind of loses it a little bit when it hits the ground. It's hard to keep it stable. I've been able to do it so far. That was so pretty. That was so pretty. That was not. That's okay. It's hard to see. I really cannot see down there where I'm approaching the ramp. So every time I'm hitting this ramp, I'm basically guessing at where I'm going. Normally I stand up closer to it, but I don't know that I can get the whole thing in frame because I don't know where I can see with the camera on my head. I think it's fun to drive. I like it a lot. Look at that. Man, this thing flies so well. I decided to come out here to the park so I can drive the Maxx around on the asphalt. So we have this big open parking lot to drive around in. The really big 2 parking lots I normally go to are full of cars right now because there's a softball game. You'll hear the softball peeing every once in a while when someone hits it off of a bat. But we're gonna be over in the small parking lot, and so I don't know if we have enough room to get it wide open. I don't even know if the Maxx can even go wide open. I think it's going to pull those front wheels up and it's not gonna allow us. But I'm gonna drive around on the asphalt and see how it handles and, you know, get a feel for it. All right, first time on the asphalt, gotta get the trim dialed in. That looks pretty straight to me. A little bit more. There we go. Yeah, see, it picks that front end up really easily. See, I'll get more distance this way and see if I can get it up wide open. Yeah, I did have it wide open there for a second. I gotta stop being so scared of it. Look at that. Whenever you want to pick those front wheels up, you can do it. That was it. I don't know if it was full speed, but I think that's as long as I held it. So that's pretty cool. But look at the thing, it just, whenever you want to pick those front wheels up, you can do it. Be gentle on the turns. Yeah, that thing just I have the shock set right there. I'm gonna lower it as low as I can get it and then see what it'll do. All right, you can see how much lower it's sitting now that I got the shocks adjusted. So it'll still pick the front end up. It doesn't feel quite as sensitive, but it still does it. It doesn't do it quite so easily. Let's see if I can get up top speed over the parking lot. That was it. Yeah, you lower the shocks, it does a lot better. I mean, that's obvious, but I was trying to see if it would do it without being lowered all the way. Yeah, once I got it up, once I lowered the front end back down, I got it up top speed. So it's supposed to go 55. I don't have any way to measure it. I mean, I can stick my phone on it, but I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna try the turning out. Oh, it still rolls so easily. I'm gonna play around with the turning, see if I can get a feel for how it handles. It's still, you can see it trying to pull the inside wheels up. It's sliding a little bit on the asphalt. I'm barely able to make those turns. You see that? Let's see if he'll flip the stuff over. There we go. Yeah, It's a little bit too small for me to get up on 2 wheels. Almost. Ah, that beautiful, beautiful body. Oh well. They get scuffed up after a while anyways, right? See how fast I'm coming down through these turns. Oh, there are bugs all in my ears. There are bugs all in my ears. That being out here in the forest, so there's bugs everywhere. I don't know if you can see them. There are bugs everywhere. This was a mistake coming over here. I can't stay in one spot. Oh, I just got a stick. There we go. Yeah, this is a mistake coming over here. There's too many bugs. I can't stay in one spot long enough. This area is kind of dirt. So maybe we can get Oh, you see it digging to the ground just then. When I put the front end down, yeah, you can clearly see where it dug up the dirt. It still rolls pretty easily. I'm gonna raise the shocks back up, or raise the bottom of it back up. All right, now I got the shocks raised about halfway. Well, I mean, well, not the shocks raised, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, it really picks this front wheels up super easy. Just, it's amazing how much that little bit of adjustment will change how it performs and how it handles. Oh. This thing's a lot of fun. I like it. I like it a lot. It rolls too easily. It just rolls over all the time. Well, not really all the time, but it really seems like it. But at least it flips. So far, it has flipped itself over every time that I've tried it. So I got one last thing I want to try before I finish for today. I want to see what happens when you attempt the standing backflip. I don't think it will, because it has that wheelie bar on the back of it. Now I guess I could take it off, but I don't feel like it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that wheelie bar stops it. Oh. Yeah, that wheelie bar prevents it from doing a standing backflip. Maybe if we can ramp it off with something, if we can do it. I got a little hole here in my yard. I guess a tree used to be here or something. and sometimes you can do a backflip out of it. So nope. It rained yesterday, so it may be a bit too damp still for traction. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So my day one review, my initial impressions of this little thing. I did before this, I did this big long thing, like 10 minutes long of me talking. I'm gonna upload that as a separate video because this video is gonna be long enough with all the jumping and driving and stuff like that. I highly recommend this RC. I loved it. I loved it, had a great time, didn't break anything. The self-riding worked 100% of the time. The shocks are easy to adjust so I can go off-road, on-road, off-road and on-road, and change the height of it so it can handle properly. I love how it flips in the air. I like that you can leave a ramp and have it do a flip. That is a big deal to me that your Revo does that. I think this thing is one of the few RCs that I have actually driven that's able to do a backflip like that. Most RCs you have to do a backflip as you're leaving the ramp, and this one, once you leave the ramp, you can do a backflip, and I love that. It is a little, it's narrow, it rolls over a little too easy, it's a little bit top heavy. Once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. But other than that, and the battery selection, I don't have a lot of negative things to say about this thing. I absolutely loved it. I highly recommend it. It's not just a miniature X Max. It's like a miniature X Max that performs like an e-Revo. Now, that's how I feel about this thing. It's got a lot of power. It's fast. It's durable. It's heavy. The gears in it are just crazy. I am interested to see how this thing holds up over time. I think it's going to be one of the best RCs on the market. I really do believe it is going to be one of the best RCs on the market. This thing is going to make a lot of people happy on, on Christmas 2019. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to keep this part of it short. I will leave make another video of me just talking about it, a long rant I did. All mostly positive. Lots of good things to say about this thing. I absolutely loved it. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Thanks for liking my videos. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys later.